Hey there, this is Josh Oakes, and in this video I want to show you how I craft the perfect calendar invite. And I use Google Calendar to do that, and this is going to be a micro bootcamp video that teaches you all of my tactical tips. First of all, I'm going to show you why the heck do we even need to know how to do it your way, Josh? Okay, and that's a very valid question. Next, I'm going to show you some features of Google Calendar. Next, I'm going to show you how I use it, and then I'm going to show you examples. So let's jump over to my calendar here real quick. I want to show you, you can use Outlook, you can use whatever, but when I was in sales, I'm always in sales, I always wondered if I ended up, let's go down a few months from now, and let's pretend like I have, let's go over to the 20th, and let's say that I had something on my calendar that says conference, let's do conference call. And let's say that's what was sitting on my calendar, and I set that up months from now. And let's say this was sitting on the calendar of a very important customer I'm trying to win over, a prospect. What are the chances that that person, conference call, is going to know what the heck that is on their calendar a month from now? Well, they're going to click on it. Do you think they have time if they're the one I want to get in touch with? And they're going to try and maybe read down here. They're going to read... they're going to be like, okay, who do I have a conference call with? Do I look at the guests and go, hey, can we move that? They don't know what, when, or how, or what. So you see the issue here. I learned that I cannot make sales, and it's not very clear how to do this if I don't set it up my way. So let me show you exactly how I set this up so that the recipients, in addition to the recipient's secretary, and then other recipients, other team members, and myself all know exactly how to set this up. Here's how we're going to do this. What I want you to first do is go set up a conference call number, and you can do that by going to freeconferencecall.com, I think it is. freeconference.com. And I believe this is who we have. There's a ton of free ones out there. Go set one of them up. This is the one I have, freeconferencecall.com. Go set it up. And for some reason, it's free and it's amazing. I use them all the time, and I love it. And the reason I do this is because if I'm trying to win over people that don't want to give me their phone number, I give them dial-in details, and they're more inclined to dial in, and then it emails me the phone number that they dialed in from. I'm going to repeat that. If you send somebody a dial-in phone number, they are more inclined to dial in because they know people are waiting for them. They don't have to give them their phone number. They feel like it's more important, and you end up getting their phone number anyways. All right, let's go over here and take a quick look at, I just had that open. Let's go back over to free conference call. Now, the next thing I want to do, oh, here it is. I have a conference call number, and here's how I set this up. Dial this conference call number and access this access code, right? So what I do is I put that in there, and people know exactly what they're going to ending up dialing. In yours, let's just put 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. Put it in there, and that's number one. What are they going to do? It's either dial this conference call number and enter this access code, which that's a great way to say it. 99% of the time, people know exactly what they're doing with me. Otherwise, if they say, please dial me on my cell, I put Josh, myself, to dial Bill on his cell and I put the 555-555-5555. And that way, when I'm on my BlackBerry, my iPhone, or whatever, and I'm traveling, I know exactly who I'm dialing, what I'm dialing. And if Bill sees this, he knows Josh is going to dial him at that time. Now, the biggest thing to lead off with, now that we know where and the directions, the next thing I do is here's exactly how I structure this. I put the word conference call, and I put conference call with, and that keeps it short, Bill Stevenson, and I'm making a name up here. Bill Stevenson would be the person I'm talking with, and his ABC Co., that would be the name of his company, and Josh Oakes, media leaders, to discuss, and then this is where I put in exactly what we're discussing, to discuss social media ideas for ABC Co. Now, let's go through this really quickly. Let me highlight exactly how I want you to do this. And if you do it my way, I guarantee you will have some success, because I've made every mistake and blunder in the book, and I came up with this one only because it works for me. I would love for you to try it and tell me what you think. Conference call with. This goes on the beginning of every one. This is your actionable item. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, cool. If Bill sees this, he sees that there's a conference call with him from his company and Josh Oakes. Now look, notice how I put first name and last name. I didn't put conference call with Bill and Josh. No, I put Bill Stevenson from ABC Co. and Josh Oakes from Media Leaders. See how exactly how I did this? I know it sounds nerdy, but if you do this, you will not fail. To discuss social media ideas for ABC Co. So he knows exactly in that header exactly why it's on the calendar, what's going on. Next thing I do is I get the date right and I put it 30 minutes long. You can set the time zone here too if it's for Eastern Standard Time and you want to make it easy. If Bill goes, hey, I want it on Eastern. Okay, great, because you're in. I can go over here to Eastern Standard Time. I can go done. 9:30 Eastern Time is going to be like 6:30 a.m. my time. I need to remember to delete this so it doesn't wake me up really early in the morning. 11 a.m. Eastern. When I click save, it's going to send it to Bill. Let's go ahead and send it to Josh Oakes at Gmail. I'm not sure if it's going to let me do that. Yeah, it'll actually, that guest's already invited. Let's send it to Josh at Media Leaders and pretend that that's Bill. Bill Stevenson. You click add, and as soon as you start typing in Bill's name, whatever that is, you can add Bill to that. Click it, boom, it adds Bill down here. So I'm already in there, and Bill, let's pretend like the top Josh is actually Bill, is in there. The next thing I do that's really crucial, because this is a month out and we want to do this for success, is I'll take any email that Bill and I have had together and I will copy and paste it in here. If I have an outreach email like, hey Bill, and I'll copy and paste it directly from the email. Hey Bill, long time no talk. I want to chat. I mean, I would never do it this way, but you get the idea. And then my signature. And then Bill is probably going to respond and go, great to hear from you. Let's talk at 11 a.m. EST. Okay, and then it's got Bill's info here. And the reason I want Bill's info with his phone is because if he doesn't join the conference call, let's say I happen to have the conference call info in there, I want to know, how do I get in touch with Bill? And ahead of time, how do I tell Bill, I got to move our call back. I'm stuck in an airport or something like that. If you put my info and Bill's info, or your info and then the recipient's info, you've got a better chance of 1 month from now knowing exactly what you're planning to talk about. You're getting out there early on the calendar, which is great, but you want to make sure that you have this info is crucial. When people don't include it, I get really frustrated because I'm like, well, wait, I don't know what's going on. So this description is huge. The subject line is huge. The where is huge because that's the action item. And then here's what's huge for me. I put a 10-minute, I mark it red if the person's important. I click a 10-minute pop-up reminder. You can also have it email you the reminder, which is awesome. You can also add a reminder. It's a pop-up and an email. You can email an hour before and do a pop-up 10 minutes before. You see how this works? It's awesome. When you email this to people, it will let them auto-download it, and it'll add a reminder as well. Now, another thing is if I want that person to be able to modify the event, I can click there and have them be able to modify it, change it, send it back, and so on. And then let's go ahead and click save and send it. This is the anatomy of the great calendar invite. Conference call with the first and last business name and first and last business name to discuss this. Now we could also say on-site. Let me go create another one. On-site meeting between Bill Stevenson, or at ABC Co, between Bill Stevenson and Josh Oakes, and put Media Leaders to discuss boom, boom, boom. Do you see how that's different? You've got conference call or on-site meeting or coffee meeting at Starbucks between Bill Stevenson, ABC Co, and Josh Oakes. Do you see how this is important for both people? There's less of a chance of them canceling or not showing up. Let's go ahead and save this, and it says, would you like to send these invitations to guests? Yes, please send it. Look how it's on the calendar. Conference call with Bill and Josh. Awesome. Very easy to read. I can look at it and I go, ooh, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. That's great. And then what I do is let's pretend this is Bill's email address. Bill gets an email that looks like this. Conference call with Bill Stevenson and Josh Oakes to discuss social media ideas. It has all the info down there. Bill can save it to his Outlook. Notice how this works with Google, Outlook, everything else. So it's really easy. And so Bill can add it to the calendar, yes, and so on. Okay, so that's really helpful, and that is how we use calendar invites to get all of our meetings. You can add a ton of people over here. You can also click on different people and remove them. Let me add one more tip that I do right before the conference call. Because my business requires that people show up on the call, because I'm usually selling them. I am the underdog. I got to have every trick in my book for the underdog business to work, right? So here's what I do. 10 to 20 to 30 minutes before the call, one of my employees or I will click on this. We'll click edit the event. We'll go over here to email guests, and it'll email Bill. Now this is an example of Bill's email, josh@medialeaders.tv, and I can email Bill with, hey there, Bill. And this is exactly how I say it. My team and I are looking forward to talking with you in a few minutes. We will be on the conference call line. Let me know if you have any questions. Now, that's only if we are on a conference call line, and I'll put Josh. I'm sending a copy to myself. I'm sending a copy to everyone that's on there. It could be Bill and Steve and Ross and all these other people. You can remove people here as well. And when I send that, it will send it to Bill. It'll also send it to me. So let's go ahead and check this. Look, update conference call. Hey there, Bill. My team and I are looking forward to talking with you in a few minutes. We'll be on the conference call. Look how it reminds Bill of the conference call information right there. It's like, oh, I'm so glad you reminded me. That's good. And they end up showing up on the conference call because you reminded them right before, and it's already on their calendar. So you're just repeating that. Hopefully that makes sense. So that 1 month out, 2 months out, all these calendar invites work. This is how I use Google Calendar. If you have any tips or techniques, comment below this video. Once again, freeconferencecall.com is what we love. And this is Google Calendar Bootcamp. I showed you why we need it. I showed you some features, how I use it on a daily basis with an actual example. I'm Josh Oakes. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have questions, comment below or reach out to us. Have a great day.